I think the best part about growing up is maturing and realizing different things that as a kid you may not have truly understood because your peewee child mind didn't have the fully developed power to understand things going on. And I do believe that maturing is realizing that some people are running out of things to talk about, or they have nothing else to talk about. So when they see this one minute detail, they got to make it everything they got, because anything else they talk about is absolutely boring and no one cares. Because no, I'm not lying. I'm not clickbaiting. We are having people discuss racism or racist intent behind two people not shaking hands in a situation that really hasn't been a thing of note or extravagant up until a couple years ago. We had the certification of the voting process of the old Donald Trumpa Wampa Crumpa Dumpa, which meaningless to anyone and anything until one specific moment where Kamala Harris and person whose name escapes me because obviously I don't know every political figure under the sun didn't shake hands. And ooh, it's racist intent because white man, black woman, the most disrespected group in American history, and the floodgates were open.
The husband of United States Senator Deb Fischer from Nebraska decided not to look at or shake the hand of Vice President Kamala Harris at Deb Fischer's swearing-in ceremony. And y'all are saying that this is rooted in racism and rooted in white supremacy. And I'm here to prove y'all wrong. Deb Fischer is going into her third term in Congress, and so we have some other swearing-in ceremonies to look at. 6 years ago, then Vice President Mike Pence swore in his wife, and clearly he does not look at Vice President Mike Pence. And clearly he does not even shake his hand. Let's go back to 2013. Then Vice President Joe Biden swears his wife in. And clearly he does not look at Joe Biden. And clearly he does not shake his hand. So this claim that this man not looking at Vice President Kamala Harris, not shaking her hand, is rooted in white supremacy, rooted in racism, is just wrong. At every swearing-in ceremony is not looked at and not shaken the hand of the vice president.
So that Republican, and I'm not even going to give him the dignity of saying his name, I'll call him Cecil the Turtle because that's what he looks like, didn't want to shake Kamala Harris's hand. So what? I'm 50 years old and I have seen a few Republican parties, and I have to say this is the most classless, tasteless, hateful, highly uneducated group of Republicans that I have ever seen in my life. Honey, they didn't just drain the swamp. They are the swamp. But I salute Madam Kamala Harris because she handled that with nothing but class. And the thing is, he did not shake her hand because of anything that he personally believes, because of any personal ill feelings he has towards her. He didn't shake her hand because this entire Republican Party is bought and paid for. They're all a bunch of puppets, right down to Vice President Trump. And they think it's some kind of power move to pull stuff like that, but that's not a power move. That is the ultimate sign of weakness. They are the reason why America has gone from the most powerful country in the world to a laughingstock.
Yes, I'm back in these United States. Today, swearing in ceremony for Senator Fischer. Now, I'm sure you've seen it all over the place. It should have been a moment of respect and unity. But her husband refusal to shake Vice President Kamala Harris' hand spoke volumes. I don't know if it spoke volumes to you, but it did for me. It was disrespectful, it was ignorant, and frankly sad. He had no issue showing respect for male vice presidents in the past, as you're going to see right above me. So what's the difference here? That's my question. Is it hatred for women in power or hatred for a black woman in power? Either way, this reeks of misogyny nor. A disturbing combination of sexism and racism that has no place in 2025. And I mean, it just doesn't. So let's call it for what it is and hold people accountable for their actions, no matter who they are. And it's time that we start doing that now, because there's some sad days coming. Let me know your thoughts below. do you think? And let me say for one last note, the people that celebrate this type of action are as equally as ignorant as the person who we just saw doing it. That's just my 2 cents. You tell me your thoughts.
One problem though, I saw this and I thought, yeah, wildly disrespectful just to not shake the woman's hand. Racist? No. Disrespectful? Yeah. But then someone pointed something out to me that was a little bit of consideration. The cane in his right hand. Now, I will cop to it. The easiest thing to do is remove the Bible from the hand, much like the man did, and shift positions of the cane in order to shake Kamala's hand, and that is the end of the story. But that didn't happen. That didn't occur, and of course, people were upset about that. But I think the funniest one was the individuals out there who decided to make this a big proclamation to the white people. Hey, white person, dear white person watching this right now, do you know that it's not good enough to just look at the world and look at history and see how bad history has been to individuals with this beautiful chocolate skin and say, I don't want to do that? No, 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 no. You must put on this big spectacle to distance yourself from people who are old, who need use of a cane because maybe those muscles aren't as good as they used to be, who have to prop themselves up and don't shake hands because if they do somehow risk shifting around and they fall, everyone's going to start magically talking about term limits again. No, 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 no. You must put on this big spectacle because if you don't, you are not considering the random black people on social media who are crying about something they're going to forget about in the next 2 fucking days.
Dear white men, I need you all to expend significantly less energy distancing yourself from racists and from racism and from white supremacy, and more energy differentiating yourself from racism, racists, and white supremacy. The pattern that I'm seeing, aside from absurdities like people claiming that Senator Fisher's husband shouldn't have been expected to shake Kamala Harris's hand because he had a cane in one hand and a Bible in the other. Yeah, so here's what I think. I think for the well-meaning white men, for the well-meaning white women, for the well-meaning white people that would like to set themselves apart from this image, this representation of the globally, unapologetically, and unwaveringly racist white person that cares about no one but people that look like them, I would rather you focus more of your attention on standing up to people that do represent you. Lots of energy in being like, whoa, 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 but the majority of Americans aren't like this. Whoa, 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 but I'm not like this. Here's a laundry list of all the non-racist things that I do on a daily basis. At the end of the day, I really don't care what's on your non-racist laundry list. We experienced viscerally in that exact moment what Vice President Kamala Harris experienced, in that it took us right back to the last time, and maybe the last several times that we have experienced something similar, this throwing around of whiteness to invalidate our entire existence. The fact that you are more concerned about defending possible benefit of the doubt of this person that made a deliberate choice to disrespect someone, let alone the Vice President of the United States, for me, I'm deeply concerned at the fact that you just don't understand that the trigger here is not being associated with a racist. The trigger is actually seeing yourself potentially represented in this racist. Representation goes both ways. I know it's not easy to see someone that looks more like you than like me treating other people that way, but that's something you have to work out. So, the assignment is simple here. I want you, again, to spend less time distancing yourself with force and fervor from racists and from racist incidents, and more time differentiating yourself. Take the first step to undoing, to unlearning, to figuring out how to be a better bystander. Have a conversation about what you would have done if you had been in that situation, or what you will do when you inevitably witness a white person invalidating a black person like that. Because I promise you, off camera, off of national and global stages, that happens to black women all day long. That happens to other racially minoritized people all day long. That happens to other non-white, cis, hetero, male figures all day long. Stop running to distance yourself and start running to differentiate yourself. Period. I will not believe it until I see it. So stop leaving your laundry list of "it wasn't me" in my comment section, because I really don't care.
There is something either quite ironic or quite stupid about wanting white people to do something to prove to you that they are not the evil white supremacist racists that are coming to hunt you down to refuse to shake your hand, and then saying you don't care what they do, which allows me to say a lot of people are bored of the situations given to them in life that they have to find some minute detail and make it this big spectacle. And I'll say it again, disrespectful, yes, but considering that this dude is on his dying days and needs a cane to prop himself up, and he really probably doesn't have the mobility to shift and shuck and operate to move his hand, maybe, just maybe, we could chalk it up to him being old and not this big spectacle of it's clearly hatred of all women across the board as he stands next to another woman and hands her the Bible. The ultimate sin is giving women books to read. I need people to take away from this that you have other things that are more important to talk about. Fuck. 3 hours into the new year, we had people die as they were celebrating the new year. We had the same people who talk about propaganda and fake news and how the news is spreading lies and propaganda shuffling to make excuses as their narratives regarding the bombing of a truck and people dying didn't really stick. There were things to talk about that are more important than this. But because people don't want to touch things but a 10-foot pole, we have to worry about hands connecting and how the future of society will end with all of us traveling another 400 years of slavery. Can we please, in 2025, navigate these conversations drastically better? I know it's too late to start giving out New Year's resolutions, but please, for me, I'm genuinely asking. I just washed my hair, so you know I'm serious about this. Can we please navigate these conversations a little bit better? Because this is getting fucking ridiculous. How there's dedicated time into hoping for change, but then doing the weird dance of fixating on the lowest tier of shit. That way we get nothing done and everybody's just finger pointing until we all fucking die. And if you want to say that that's a little bit drastic, it is. Look at the fucking world we live in for 2025. Be blessed, my heathens. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Subscribe to the channel and I will see you all in the next one. Hopefully with all of us joining hands for the worldwide circle jerk. Goodbye.